position. What a nail! As Jonathan Bostic just separated Mike Willie from the football.
Yeah, it's Fourth Quarter Boy Sports. I'm your illustrious host, man. Back in the building once again, Professor Lake, fresh out the kitchen. And I just wanted to talk about the Chicago Bears press conference they had earlier today. A lot of reporters were still asking questions about the Green Bay Packers game. And I think they were trying to find out what the perspective was going into the Seattle game. So we'll get a little bit deeper into my take on the press conference, what was said, what I feel about it. But before we do that, I have to do this. It's Fourth Quarter Boy Sports. I'm your illustrious host, Professor Lake. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah, be a Fourth Quarter Boy for life. For life. Hit that notification bell. All right? Let's jump right into it. So some reporters asked Matt Nagy about his play calling during the Green Bay game. From Matt Nagy's answers, it appears that he has seen his errors through watching game tape, and he's willing to work on what he needs to work on to improve. He seems like he has a lot of humility, and he understands he has room to grow as well with the team. He talked about Mitch's development and learning to win is a process, and losing this game and understanding that you have to play 4 quarters. And again, as I said in my last video, to finish a team off, you really have to play better than you played in the first half, just to finish the game. So yeah, he talked a little bit about Mitch's development. He says he's right where he wants to be. It's just a part of the process. He appears to have a good handle of what to expect out of Seattle's defense. He says they're very fast, they run to the ball. But Matt Nagy says that he knows what the defense is trying to do. They really don't hide anything. They just play really good football. When asked about Mitchell Trubisky and getting better and making improvements, Matt Nagy quickly says that it's not just Mitch. We all need to get better. And I have to agree with that. There were some things I seen on the offensive line. I hate to keep harping on the offensive line play, but I just think they could be a little more solid. Nagy also says that he's seen a lot of Mitchell Trubisky's development in the first half. In my opinion, if this is what we have to look forward to, first half Mitch and just continuing to get better, the arrow's just pointing up, and we just got to be patient and see where this ride goes. Now, the press conference with Mitchell Trubisky, he talked about his game as well. He showed a lot of humility. He continues to show humility and the willingness to learn. But he talked about setting his feet and having better mechanics under pressure situations. He says he needs to get better at reading defenses. And, I think that's something that we all kind of knew ahead of time. And he also said that he admits to missing Trey Burton in the end zone for a touchdown play. He said it in order to be an elite quarterback, even though that wasn't the first read. I said elite quarterbacks make that play. And, again, I like Mitchell Trubisky's humility. That's really something to say for somebody in his position. Now, in other news, when you talk about the injury report, Cal Long sits out Thursday's practice with an ankle injury. It may be a veteran day off. I'm not sure if it's that serious, but he had to sit out due to an ankle injury. And we talked about that with Cal Long and being able to maintain his health, so I hope it's not too serious. DeAndre Houston Carson is still out with a broken forearm. Bryce Callahan was limited in practice with a knee injury. I didn't know he had a knee injury, but yeah, he was limited in practice. Hopefully we could get him back, because I think that our secondary is a little bit questionable right now, especially when it comes to depth. In a time like this, you appreciate a guy like Crayvon LeBlanc. I still don't understand how Marcus Cooper made this team, but hey, I'm not going to dwell on it. Daniel Brown returned to practice full go off his shoulder injury. Danny Trevathan. Now, we've seen a real graphic play where it seemed like he hurt his back and he was bent backwards, but it turns out that was a head injury, and we'll see what's going on with Danny Trevathan. Roquan Smith is another player that was in the news this week. In the press conference, Matt Nagy says that he's in position to getting more playing time. If you talk to Roquan Smith, he says he's ready to play a full game. To end this off, we're going to talk about fourth quarter boys and what that means if you're a fourth quarter boy. Now, fourth quarter boys is a mind state of perspective that you playing a full game, whether it be at the job, whether it be, just raising your kids. But the fourth quarter is one of the most important quarters, how you finish the game. That's why I call this fourth quarter boy sports. So if you're a fourth quarter boy, you're finishing the game, in legendary fashion. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to name 5 players. They're going to be my fourth quarter boys. And I'm going to be looking at these guys in the fourth quarter to see if they're going to shine. So the 5 players that I want to see shine in the fourth quarter against Seattle. First, number 1 is Khalil Mack. You saw how Khalil Mack played in Green Bay. That was phenomenal. I want to see this for 4 quarters, but more importantly, I want to see him at his best in the fourth quarter. You feel me? The next player, Akeem Hicks. I know he's a big guy. I know that you got to last all 4 quarters, but in the fourth quarter, I want to see Akeem Hicks be effective in getting Russell Wilson running out the pocket right into the arms of Khalil Mack or Leonard Floyd. This is a guy that gets a lot of sacks for the position that he plays. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does in the fourth quarter. Jordan Howard. Can he take over the fourth quarter and get big runs when the defense is tired? Will he be able to get that 3rd and 1? Will he catch the ball out the backfield? Will he surprise defenses this year? Another guy that I want to see step up in the fourth quarter is Allen Robinson. Mitchell Trubisky is going to need you. He's going to need you to make first down catches. He's going to need you to make big plays. That's what we brought you in here for. And, we're talking about finishing teams off. Not only do you need to do this in quarter 1, 2, and 3, but in the fourth quarter, we need to be finishing guys off at this point. The last player that I want to see flourish in the fourth quarter is Mitchell Trubisky. Now, I'm not saying that you got to throw 3 touchdowns like Aaron Rodgers did, but let's consistently move this ball. Let's put touchdowns on the board. I know you can do it. Calm your nerves down and look at the task at hand. And I think that if you do that, I think the game will come to you, and it'll be really good for the Bears in the fourth quarter. So these are the 5 fourth quarter boys for this week. So I think I want to keep this thing going. But yeah, you know what time it is, man. It's fourth quarter boys sports. I'm your illustrious host, Professor Lake. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah. Hit that notification bell for me. Be a fourth quarter boy for life. Chicago Bears versus the Seattle Seahawks, man. Monday Night Football. I'm out.
This is nailed as Jonathan Bostic just separated Mike Willie from the football.